So, sir, my question was, a lot of cash is piling up in fixed deposits still, everyone is reading paper, media is so influencing, 150 lakh crore is piling in fixed deposits, and we are at the bottom end of interest rates, equity at top end. So what is your answer to fixed income investors, who are heavily dependent on interest income alone? They should, they should play on a fixed income on a credit risk funds, or do you think it makes sense because of higher, better yielding returns, or any kind of risk you see, like in the past, in 2 years back, there was a bad story. So, what do you think in next 2-3 years, if I have to play a little bit, although we understand credit risk, but what is your answer to fixed income investors? Interest returns are almost diminished in ultra short term categories.
So again, to all fixed income investors, I will recommend that please be open to taking some risk. Risk and return go hand in hand. And you can probably build a portfolio which gives you little extra risk compared to fixed income, but it also gives you little extra return to outperform inflation. If you are investing in bank deposits, they generally underperform inflation.
Yeah.
And especially the inflation which you and I suffer. See, we all like to live better lifestyle every year. So our inflation will be better or higher than the stated inflation. And hence, fixed income investment alone will not be sufficient. So I will say that you need to invest in hybrid funds, or you need to invest in hybrid assets. What are these hybrid assets? निर्मल भाई, आपने पिछले 2 सालों में देखा होगा कि स्टॉक मार्केट में अभी REITs InvITs लिस्ट हो रहे हैं.
Yes, sir, बिल्कुल.
And they are all capable of delivering higher single digit. REIT InvIT में वो पता नहीं चलेगा आपको. But if you invest with 5-7 year horizon, this REIT InvIT portfolio, not all individual REIT InvIT, but a portfolio of REIT and InvIT will deliver return between high single digit to double digit return with volatility. So please don't accept that ये ऊपर नीचे नहीं होंगे. ये 100% ऊपर नीचे होंगे. But if you stay invested and ignore that volatility, it can deliver far better return than fixed income.
That includes capital gains.
See, निर्मल भाई, रिटर्न तो रिटर्न होता है, कुछ इनकम में आए, कुछ गेन्स में आए. The second thing will be related to hybrid funds. पहले हम लोग उसे MIP के नाम से बुलाते थे, but now they are called debt hybrid scheme. Then you have equity saving schemes. Then you have balance advantage fund, and then you have balanced fund. So what I will recommend investors, that mentally you prepare this. If markets are negative and they are becoming cheap, so your returns are negative in equity and markets have become cheap, that is the time when you should be either in balanced fund, which gives you 70-80% exposure to equity, or large cap equity fund, which gives you 100% equity. When your portfolios are red and equity markets are cheap, like March, April, May, June, July, August, September 20, that's the time when you go into balanced fund or pure equity fund. Now, when markets are fairly priced, October 20 se leke October 21, I will call it fairly priced. At that time, you should be invested into either balanced fund or balance advantage fund. So in a portfolio, when your equity returns are looking okay, try to reduce your risk by selling pure equity and moving into balance or balance advantage fund. And when markets have risen a lot, they have become expensive, your investment in equities are showing some crazy return, please move to equity saving schemes or hybrid debt hybrid scheme. So effectively, सस्ती मार्केट में 100% इक्विटी, महंगी मार्केट में 50% इक्विटी, एवरेज मार्केट में 50% इक्विटी, महंगी मार्केट में 10-15% इक्विटी. इस तरह से आप अलोकेशन चेंज करते रहे, you will generate better return than fixed income, albeit at slightly extra risk compared to fixed income. That way, an investor will stay ahead of inflation.
Sir, I think risk needs to be explained by everyone. What is risk? A lot of people misunderstood risk, so I think that plays a role. A very important.
Risk की एक बहुत interesting definition है. रिस्क इज नॉट नोइंग व्हाट यू आर डूइंग. अगर मुझे मालूम है कि मैं 5 माले से जंप करता हूं नीचे तो मेरी हड्डियां टूटेगी, एंड स्टिल आई डिसाइड टू जंप, देन इट इज नॉट रिस्क. मुझे तो मालूम था कि हड्डियां टूटेगी, मैं तो 5 माले से इसलिए कूदा कि हड्डियां टूटे. नाउ व्हेन यू आर इन्वेस्टिंग इन इक्विटी एंड यू आर प्रिपेयर्ड टू टेक वॉलेटिलिटी, कि हाँ मार्केट ऊपर नीचे होएगा, कभी 30% जाएगा, कभी 50% नीचे जाएगा. But if I stay invested over 10-year period, I will not lose my capital. This is based on historical evidence that in the last 30 years, at any point of time, 10-year returns have never been negative. So एक मुझे मालूम है कि मैं आज जंप करूंगा तो मुझे 10 साल तक रखना है in order to not lose capital. That's one. Now equity investment is no longer risk if you reconcile with this. Now second है कि obviously मैं 10 साल के लिए प्रिंसिपल के लिए तो रिटर्न इन्वेस्ट नहीं करूंगा. I need return on my principal also. That is where asset allocation comes. कि बहुत सस्ती मार्केट होगी तो मैं ओवरवेट हो जाऊंगा, बहुत महंगी मार्केट होगी तो मैं प्रॉफिट बुक करके अंडरवेट हो जाऊंगा, एवरेज मार्केट है तो मैं अपना निवेश चलाता रहूंगा. These two things combined, long-term investment and asset allocation, ensures that there is no risk in the market.